Oh, we are recording.
Yeah,
we are recording.
That's kind of what I figured.
Go ahead. Start.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Planetary Persuader. I am KozMcKev. This is for the weekend beginning Friday, December 27th, 2019. And, you know, it's Happy New Year this week because Wednesday, of course, is New Year's Day. So Tuesday night is New Year's Eve, which is that fake Roman holiday. But what do we have? We have a moon in Pisces that night. So are people going to imbibe to an extreme? My guess is yes. And, you know, I think that's going to be a shadow Bishak moon. And probably, well, that night, by the night, it'll probably be in actually Purva Padrapada. So it'll be a Purva Padrapada moon. And, you know, things can get a little crazy, so everybody keep it on the chill side. This weekend, we're starting out with a moon in Uttara Ashada, which is ruled by the sun. Its symbol is the tusk of an elephant, which gives reference to Ganesha, who imparts blessings and likes to party and helps us with our intuition and any kind of new endeavor in removing obstacles. And the mantra is Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah. So that is part of, that goes along with to Uttara Shada. It's also about the truth. And there is a lot of positive things that happen. This particular nakshatra of the moon is 1/4 Sagittarius and 3/4 in Capricorn. In the Western Zodiac, we've got a moon in Capricorn today, going into Aquarius at 9:21 p.m. And what's interesting about today is early this morning the moon conjoined Saturn, and then the moon conjoined Pluto. And, you know, there's like, it's only been a couple days since the eclipse. I mean, not even, right? Because it happened on Wednesday night. And so we're still feeling this kind of like hangover of everything that went down on Christmas and afterwards. And we're, you know, there's a lot to digest. Or even this morning, things may have gone down this morning. There might have been some seismic activity that was kind of mind-blowing. And, you know, other things happening in the planet, snowstorms, floods, hurricanes. We don't know. You know, stuff happens. You know, this is a wild planet going through some wild times. And other things that happen this week as well, we've got Mercury going into Capricorn. Whoop, whoop. So Mercury goes into Capricorn. And it looks like on the 28th at 8:55 p.m. So 8:55 p.m. we'll see Mercury going into Capricorn. I mean, we won't see that. It'll be in Sagittarius where we see it, you know, in the actual sky. And so we're thinking more nuts and bolts, you know. We're thinking about how things work. And New Year's Day looks really actually on the positive. Closes at Wednesday night with an Aries moon. That continues through Thursday to next Friday. And then we'll, you know, we'll do something else the next week after that. How does that sound? Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. All right. So, for all of us who, you know, went through the Christmas season, celebrating it, those maybe still celebrating the last night or two of Hanukkah, you can just go, whew, all right, you know, or celebrating Kwanzaa. We're still there, but this is the week where it all comes to a close. So for Aries, it's all about being in the public. It's showing your talents and skills. It's working on your career. And I think that Mars is actually going to go into Sagittarius more like late Thursday night, early Friday morning. And so a week from this Friday, you know, Mars goes out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. So things get less intensified. They're a little bit more, you know, in that sense. But it's, I mean, it's in Vedically, in the zodiac itself that we look at in the constellation of Scorpio. So in a lot of ways, Mars is really functioning very high. And so with Mars moving now into your 8th house, it's about respecting other people's boundaries, allowing them to take leadership with some things that you may not get credit for, but overall, you're going to do all right because you're conscious of where you're going. Everything's moving into a different place. Let's see here. So, let's just go all over to Taurus. Greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So, you're moving forward in a good way. All these planets in Capricorn are in your 9th house of good fortune. So if you're like a Capricorn deciding to go back to school, like get your pilot's license, somebody, or something like that, yeah, this is a good time for that. You are embarking on a time when your mind is going to grow, it's going to expand. You might have more of a reason to pursue a spiritual path at this point. Whatever that means for you. I mean, it means different things for different people. I think the thing I would go with it is try not to be too fanatical. Just try to be gracious and work on your inner self more than the outer world and how they should be or whatever. Because, we set ourselves up for trouble whenever we should be somebody. All right. Well. Now. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So, in the world of Gemini, yes. Well, we've got Mercury now in Capricorn, and so Mercury's joined Capricorn, and so we're thinking, or is about to join Capricorn, I should say. So we're thinking in terms of where our gains and losses have been, and where other people have the information that we might want, but it's secret or hard to get at. And so there's sort of a search, especially anything dealing with death, inheritance, sex, other people's property. There's always a search. People who do magic, there's a search for that kind of information. I think the best magic is really when we're praying for people, that there be healing and wellness in their life, that people do better. Those are the prayers that are good karma for you as well as the person you're praying for. And we've got Venus now going to join up with the moon in Aquarius. So it's like there's sort of a little bit of a party vibe. There's a little bit of good fortune. There's a little bit of guru's grace on the women in your life, maybe something that they have a spiritual wisdom to share that's important to look at. That could be it. Well. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. That North Node in Cancer, it is so far away from all the other grahas, all the other planets. So, your desires that have no bottom have actually had a real pull and sway on what's going on in the world right now, believe it or not. And like I said last week, it still continues this week. Everything is relationship. Whether it's work, career, or love relationship. I think it's mostly love relationship because most of us, that's where, we want to be in some ways. It's good to be alone, but there's something when you're really in a safe, trusting, loving relationship is the most wonderful freaking thing in the world. And when, that trust gets broken and things get really hard, it's really horrible. And I'm sorry that there's heartache in the world. And if I could heal all your heartache, I would do it. I'd wave my magic wand and everybody be happy again and everyone get their needs met and have people loving them the way they want to be loved. That would be the nice thing. I wish that for you right now, Cancer. Maybe you are that person. I mean, you could get into some intense loving this weekend. I could see that happening. New Year's, though, it looks like a lot of fun. There's some good news for you. There's some good fortune ahead. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, you're working on your health. You know, you want to heal yourself, you know, and you're working. There's all this work in front of you that you see you have to do. And you're wondering, how am I ever going to accomplish this? How am I going to get this done? How am I going to be able to make something better in this case? And I see, you know, the opportunities for love getting better for you this weekend. Like something loving, wonderful, surprising might even happen. I hardly believe that, but yep, there it is. Neptune in the 8th house, you know, really deepening your spiritual practice. Uranus in the midheaven. You know, they're always bringing changes. And, you know, it's just like dealing more with the things that make your karma better. That's going to help you. And still there might be the moving thing or selling a vehicle thing. All that is a possibility. Oh, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, you are one of the signs that actually fared better during the eclipse, so whew, I know. No, there might have been a little bit of loss, but overall, things are fairly lucky, they're positive, and you're really in a reliable place. And that you're in a place where your parenting is better, your teaching is better, your sense of humor is better, your heart feels better. All of these planets are having a party there. And you are so committed to loving your children, you know, if you have children. It's just like it's such a beautiful thing to see you right now. And physically, you're getting yourself in a place where you want to look better. You know, you might want to deal with health issues. You know, you might be just kind of like on the mend, just keeping it on the low vibe. But you are, you know, you're making partnership with Spirit. And you love who you are. And that's a good thing. I'm glad for that for you. Okay. So now we go to Libra. So, greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. I think for you, this weekend's going to be great. I mean, you love the moon in Aquarius because that's in your 5th house. So, and Venus moving there too. There's just lots of love, and Venus is far away from the sun, so she has a little more power. You see her more. But she's with the moon, you know, and so there's that mental and emotional mix that comes with it. And I mean, Aquarius is kind of detached and sort of practical in some ways too, because of the Saturn influence. And you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of tricky things going on. I mean, Uranus is in the 8th house, so we're into the magic, we're into the mysteries, we're into seeing what could come up next. And we have to work on our health as Libras. You know, we have to, you know, Neptune's in the 6th, so doing things to strengthen ourselves, having enough liquids, right kinds of vitamins, avoiding too much sweets and junk food. You know, too much caffeine, all that stuff. Just keeping it on the realness for ourselves. And, yeah, all of that, you know, just kind of go easy on yourself. I mean, Capricorn's about family for you. This is where you deal with your parents, you're dealing with elders in your family, dealing with natures of your household, real estate, fixed assets, vehicles. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, Scorpio. Your last week to look super dynamic with Mars and Scorpio. So you're really, especially you Scorpios born, you know, November 14th through the 21st of November, you people are going to be very charged up this week, much more energy, able to put out, show leadership, show initiative. It helps, you know. I mean, it's good to have a little bit of help with the initiative, and there's all these planets in the third house. So for you, it's all about communication. It's about working with your hands. It's about gathering data and information. And, you know, it might be playing music, doing your arts, your crafts, because you've got a gift. And you want to use that gift. You want to share that gift. It's going to make things more positive for yourself, for other people around you, and giving to your siblings. Like I talked about siblings because a couple days ago with the eclipse, so we got to look at that as well, how they're doing, how we can support them. Yeah, awesome stuff here. As we are turning it over to Sagittarius. So, greetings Sag, and welcome to your horoscope. And so, you know, last one I was too short, this one I'm like too long. What I'm seeing here for you is building a better bank account, building a better relationship with your family, maybe investing in dental work or work that needs to be done on your neck or throat or face, getting new glasses even could be part of it. And the weekend is good for just being in the neighborhood, taking short trips, just enjoying the outdoors as far as what's around you. And, you know, kind of watching your back too, that not everybody understands what you say. And, oh, you know, some people are so sensitive, they're kind of like the thought police, you know, and they're like, oh, what she said, he said, I would never, blah, blah, blah. You know, they get triggered, okay? Brrr, brush me, Wilbur. Whoa. Here we go. Greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, nobody's got as much on their plate as you do right now. So you got a lot of decisions to make. You've got a lot of things to go through. You made it through that eclipse somehow. Now you're kind of looking at your financial world. And, you know, this weekend's good for family. It's good for working on that kind of financial thing. And things are better for you, though. You know, Jupiter is kind of blessing you. And so there's like this material blessing that's coming in your life. Better people that are giving you better advice this time are coming into your life. And a lot of the rougher edges are being softened. Ah, the great softening. And, you know, just basically this week's mostly about taking care of your personal life and moving through with it. Okay. Greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So last week I gave you a lot. This week I don't have as much. Like I said, it was like Danger Will Robinson. There's all these planets in your 12th house, the house of loss. So this is about releasing grief, simplify everything. If you can get up in the mountains, you know, in some snowy little cabin away from everybody, God, that would be wonderful. You know, just not be caught up in all the yuck. And simplify. You know, this is a good time for you to take an escape, to get away. Pay debts, you know, do good karma when you can. I mean, you're looking good this weekend. You got Moon and Venus in your first house. I mean, that is a transit. That is a transit to love. So I would have fun this weekend. All right. Well, greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. I mean, it is turning into a better world already because of you. You know, it's like when I look at the Pisces that are involved in the political world, I really don't like the political thing, but I want, you know, to be able to live and to be able to afford my housing and food and all those wonderful things. And it's nice to have roads and ways of getting around. It's nice having a bicycle. And so, you know, there's all kinds of opportunities for good things, you know, but it's going to require that good leadership. And I was trying to tell a young person, I said, we really haven't had a lot of really good leadership in the federal government over the last 40 years. I said, mainly because everything just gets blocked for helping poor people and people that are in really bad situations. And we used to do a lot more of that back in the 60s and 70s. And what happened was we got, you know, more minorities and women and people who are in poverty got educations. And it helped them move on and get their families out of poverty. And that's like a really sweet thing. And so, but nowadays, it's like going into education is like getting somebody into poverty. And it's like, I think Pisces could fix that. I just think, for some reason, I think that a Pisces is going to fix that. And, you know, because you have good, your intention is to drive out evil out of high places. And this weekend's kind of like lay low because of the moon and Venus in the 12th house. I mean, get enough sleep, rest, relax. The moon's going to be in Pisces on the day before New Year's Eve, and most of New Year's Day. So enjoy that. Be in your power. Throw the party, Pisces. You are loved. I'm so glad you stopped whatever you're doing just to join me today for this and for the Planetary Persuader. So I would like you to subscribe and to ring the bell, the notification bell, so you know when I'm coming on, and share it. Share it with a friend. I love your comments. I like have little conversations, and wherever you're at, I have compassion for you. It doesn't really matter. This is all love here. It's KozMcKev with the Planetary Persuader. We'll do this again next week as we discover Happy New Year 2020. Can you believe it? It's always hindsight.